Hello and welcome everyone.
My name is Adam. I am a moderator and event host in Art Exchange. I draw and I have two brain roads fighting over my brain. Kane?
Thank you, Adam, and hello everybody. My name is Kane, and I'm one of the Art Exchange's social media managers and one of your event hosts for today. I like to draw, read, write, or do anything relating to art. I hope everyone enjoys this issue, and now back to you, Rafa.
Hi, I'm Rafa. I am an event host here in the Art Exchange, and well, I really like to draw, write, watch series and movies. And Adam, onto you.
Thank you very much. We're moving on to topic 1. Last month, Art Exchange reached 2,000 members and celebrated its member milestone with its Genfest event. This milestone included small events such as staff art giveaways, prizes, and its main huge event, the Humanoid Genesis event. From the name, the Humanoid Genesis event's goal was to create a humanoid version of Genesis instead of their original Chubby Cat Bat version. A lot of submitters showed their creativity and thoughts on how Genesis would look like and expressed Genesis in various ways. However, one submission stood out from the others, showing Genesis's white and moodfully. That one submission was made by one of our own ticket supports, Omnitowa. Congratulations! We will now showcase Omni's design as we begin to read an exclusive interview with them about their design.
Before anything, I'm just going to say Omni isn't here for personal reasons, so I'm gonna respond for them.
Here comes question 1. What made you want to participate in Genfest?
Using it as an opportunity to push myself to do proper design again after a while. Want to contribute something permanently to the server in terms of art.
What inspired your Genesis humanoid design?
Mainly fashion designs, as well as books, games, music, basically anything I could encounter or experience IRL. Inspiration usually appears inside my head randomly, so I cannot describe well in words where I got this from.
Did you come across any challenges when you were designing Genesis? If so, what were they?
Mainly color composition, since I was struggling with gens for color. The main or dominant color I planned was gray, gens for color. But it ended up being the darker gray black, since the clothing dominated the whole design in the end. Simply because I wanted to maintain gens for colors, gen skin color. I don't want the fabric color to blend with the gens for color. And to make gen look more intimidating with the darker gray color.
How did you make sure to include Genesis's God and space themes and make them stand out in design?
Before I design something, I'll make sure to list only 3 keywords maximum in mind for design. After that, I'll define each of those things simply and then portray them in the design. This will be my personal interpretation. To me, I see gods wearing something elegant. Elegant to me will involve a lot of fabric, and their appearance may or may not follow human nature. I didn't really limit myself in terms of the colors of Jen's skin, eyes, and hair, and as well of the form in general. And about the hair, I want to make the hair tip appear like a traditional hairbrush, just like Jen's tail. And for the hair bangs, I want to make it look like Jen's ears, while also maintaining the deity or god appearance. I chose the middle part bang because, from what I've learned, it means balance within oneself, which to me is pretty much fitting as a god or deity. Space, main and supporting keyword. Stars, galaxy, moons. I try to make sure I portray these 3 in the design. I added the stars on the part of Jen's skin because I see Jen's skin color to be the color of the galaxy. The moon's part was planned to be on Jen's chest, and I did plan to make it sort of having alternate versions while switching in between moon phase, but ended up scrapping that later because I did it with a billion designs. Joking, but in the future, who knows? Additionally, since space will be the main thing in the design, I ensure to pick other colors involving space, which are mainly black, darker grays, or white, as well as blue, purple, and pink. Androgynous, supporting keyword. Personally, I want to make Jen's humanoid design androgynous, simply to ensure that the design can be portrayed well in any form.
What was your process for designing humanoid Genesis? How long did it take you? Were there multiple draft designs?
Getting reference, drafting, making illustration, approximately 13 days, but I did take like a week off in between. These are a few really rough drafts of the designs, as well as the way where you can see me suffering while signing this. This was my very first draft. I literally want to make Jen have curtains or some sort. Although I ended up scrapping the idea, because I didn't really like the color composition and not really Jen coded. Okay, now the second image. I made this draft together with the first one, but with different color composition. Wanted to make a design that appears more fully clothed. And again scrapped it because I wasn't sure about the design of the bottom parts. Although I did have plans to make an alternate or different submission, but ended up not doing it. Someday, maybe not, unsure. In here, I tried to reverse the color composition, but ended up scrapping it because it doesn't look very gent-coded in my eyes. The light gray-white color ended up dominating the whole design, while Jen's dominant color is gray and darker gray. This time, trying to choose a darker color for the clothing while maintaining the gray color as Jen's skin color. I sort of liked the design here, although scrapping it was partly because I disliked the bottom parts. Again. This draft is basically the start of the actual design. However, I ended up altering the sleeves part. In this draft, the sleeves are supposed to be like skeleton bat wings. These are the closer looks for image 2 and image 3. I really like both, so I ended up trying to fuse both of these designs. This one followed the design of image 4, sort of liking it, but I didn't find the hair bangs to appear similar to Jen's ears, needing to exaggerate it.
Are you satisfied with the outcome of your Human Genesis design?
For now, yes and no, since I would love it more if I managed to create the alternate versions, although I'm pretty sure my opinion will change over time.
Is there anything we should know about your design? Any notes or special features?
The details are all pretty much in the reference sheets, but try putting the design upside down and basically you will see Jen's ears or silhouette from the sleeves.
And today we have our February 2024 featured artist Quil here with us this afternoon. Thank you for being here, and congratulations on becoming this month's featured artist. We have a couple of questions to ask about yourself.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being here.
Of course.
Alright, so can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure. Thank you for having me. My name is Quil. I'm currently 21. I'm a self-taught artist and a graphic designer that is also a little too much into video games. I primarily do illustrative commission work, but I've been kind of getting a little more into animation recently, so we'll see where that takes me. I'm also a real person that definitely exists and is not a product of your imagination.
Very funny. Alright, what inspired you to become an artist?
Honestly, it's kind of wild, because the thing that actually really inspired me is a little comment my kindergarten teacher, of all people, made like years ago. I don't even know how many, too many years ago. We had a drawing assignment and everyone was drawing and all, and at the end she came up to me and she said, "Yo, that looks really good. You're like one of the best in the class." And ever since then, it motivated me so much. I never just put down the pen. From that point on, I just kept drawing and I was really enjoying it too. So be kind to others, because maybe that little piece of encouragement from you is the only thing they're missing.
That's a really interesting story. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Alright, what is your favorite or excellent art piece you made this year?
Oh, so my favorite piece of art that I've made is yet to be made, because I don't really like any of the ones I make. I think I'm just gonna go with my most recent one, which was an art trade for a friend of mine. It was their character, and I tried to do something cool with the perspective and tried to make sure the values are all correct and all. So yeah, I'll probably go with that one.
Alright, how did you start out as an artist?
So, as I mentioned before, I've always kind of been drawing ever since I was like a little kid. But I think the point at which I started taking art a little more seriously and seeing it as also a means of getting by in life, you know, just like a job basically. I think it was about when I was 15, maybe 16. That's when I started getting my first commissions. And it was really exciting because, hey, you can do something that you actually like and make money from that. What the hell? So that also motivate me a lot. And I've kind of just been trying to grow my skills and expand what I can do as an artist and kind of branch out into every single art form as much as I can from then. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Where do you find your art motivation?
Oh, so that's a tough one because I would like to know too. It kind of hits me like a truck out of nowhere, randomly. But I've noticed kind of a trend, especially whenever I have the art block. It can last for a while, and the only way to get me out of it is to try something new and exciting. My most recent art block lasted over a year. I drew occasionally here and there, but I was never satisfied with anything. And I kind of had those periods of months going without any art, anything. And I was kind of like really depressed during that time because art makes me happy and I was just not doing it. I just didn't have it in me. And the way I decided to deal with it is to try something new and join an art server. That happens to be this one, the Art Exchange. And at the time I joined, you actually had an event going on. That was the Secret Santa event. And it got me really excited. And I didn't spend that much time on my piece, but the time I did spend on it was more than I ever drew in the last, I don't know, half a year. And from there, I'm still riding this momentum and I'm still drawing every day, almost every day. I try to. And I try to learn something new to keep me motivated. And yeah, that's about it.
We're glad we gave you back your motivation for art.
Thank you,
On
yes.
this lovely server.
It was really needed too.
You can thank Kitty for that as well.
Yes, thank you so much. Amazing event, amazing server, just amazing overall.
You're honestly very welcome. We're very welcome to have you as our staff too.
Yes, a little bit of announcement here. I'm still being trained, but hopefully I stick around.
Well, hopefully you do. Alright, so what is your creative art process? What do you use to draw?
It varies from every piece. I don't think I have a set in stone process because as I said, I always try to do something new or cool with my art and discover new ways of just drawing in general. So I usually draw digitally because that's just what I kind of grew up drawing with. Not the biggest fan of drawing on paper. I'm just really bad at it. But I usually don't sketch or use my sketch as the line art. And I always just put a bunch of overlays whenever I think that I'm done with my art. I try to do cool filters or overlays and just like, around and find out basically. Yeah.
Very interesting. Do you play music as you draw? If so, what genre do you listen to?
For my brain to function properly, and especially if I need to do something creative, I need to be listening to something or have something in the background. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's a video, if it's white noise, I just need that something to shut my brain up and get my creative juices flowing. I tried putting on TV in the past, but it didn't work that well. I think I work best whenever I have music on the background. And for that, my range is kind of wild because some days I feel like just having something ambient, something really quiet, really like low energy. Sometimes I just put on white noise or rain sounds, and sometimes I just go full on out and just like breakcore stuff just so my brain breaks basically. I need to break my brain to make it work. But I mostly listen to rap and hip-hop nowadays. Artists like Tyler the Creator, Doja Cat, Joji's a big one. Yeah, stuff like that mostly.
Alright, interesting music taste.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, what does art mean to you?
Ooh, I'm glad this question is the last one because I can ramble on and on and on and on about that. Because art is something that's always been in my life and it honestly means the world to me. It means the most. Because I don't know, I think I'm in love with art. It's kind of concerning because I think about it every day, about what it means to me and other people and humanity and the world and just like our civilization. And I don't know, my head wants to explode because it's so cool. And it's just, I get so excited about art. I can talk about it for hours, every form of art. I think there is no such thing as limited like forms of art. I think anything could be art if you give it enough meaning, if you put enough effort into it. I just think it's beautiful. And I could never see myself without art or my life without art. I want to pursue it. I want it in my life. I want it in everyone's lives because it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful way to express yourself. Yeah.
Well, that was very well said, Quil. It felt very inspirational. Actually, thank you for that.
Yes, you're welcome. I'm glad it did because I want other people to be as excited about it as I am because it's just so awesome. I love it so much. I love art.
Well, thank you for joining us this afternoon. It was a very interesting experience to interview you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be here in this podcast, in this server. Just to know every single one of you is just... Okay, I'm gonna go or I'm gonna cry. Okay, bye.
No, don't cry. I love you.
No promises. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
It's our pleasure. Thank you. That's all for us today, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to hear what the Voice of Genesis has to offer. Our next podcast episode is scheduled to air sometime in March, and the text version of this current issue will be available a few days later after this live reading. You may or may not find this podcast somewhere else. However, keep your eyes peeled.